Hello one and all, it's TeamTraction here, and you join me for part 3 of 3 of the Class 37 Farewell. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the last episode. So continuing with a bit of history. So as I said in part 1, the DRS 47s were replaced by the end of 2015. This was due to DRS's changing policy. They decided to no longer continue supporting the 47s, but instead focus on their fleet of 57s and 37s. So they did a straight swap. They changed the 47s to the 37-4s, of which we have up until this day. And here we are, approaching the second swing bridge on the route. This is the lesser known swing bridge, the one at Somerleyton. It's pretty much similar into design to the Reading one, but because it's harder to access and therefore it's less photographed, meaning it is less well known and less popular, which is a shame. But here we come past the semaphore and 30 speed limit, and we're now on the bridge. And yes, after the bridge, see a new path that's been constructed to allow the bridge signal box operator to safely access the swing bridge. And here we arrive at Somerleyton Station.
Just come round the corner. It's all double track.
So continuing on, after the 47s had all been replaced, it was pretty uneventful for a few years. The 37s were still technically just to cover a unit failure, but it just over time became a permanent feature. It was just continued. It was added to other services like summer Saturdays was a popular one, where they would go to Yarmouth and sometimes Lowestoft on the peak season. And then they also were brought in the winter as well, which was never initially intended. And here we are arriving at Alton Broad North, the penultimate stop before Lowestoft. Now enjoy the uncut run from Alton Broad North all the way up to Lowestoft, where this train will terminate. So here we are arriving at Lowestoft. We didn't spend any time here, we stayed on the train to come straight back. I didn't even step out of the train to keep my window seat, but we get a nice thrush on the 37's final departure from Lowestoft. So that really was an end of an era. That was the last ever departure from Lowestoft. So we're now heading back towards Norwich, and this last run, for me anyway, apart from Alton Broad North, is non-stop. So enjoy. this is why I love the board so much. Beautiful countryside views like this. Here we are, racing round the bend, straight through Somerleyton Station. And slowing down, here we come across Somerleyton Swing Bridge. We are thundering straight through Haddiscoe. slowing down now for the curve. In the distance you can see Reedham and Reedham Swing Bridge. As we come thundering down the track, we approach Brundall Station. So for the last part of the history, focus on the very end, come right up to the present day. So after several attempts of trying to dispose of the 37s, Greater Anglia kept being unsuccessful. Every time they tried to get rid of them, they hung on for life. So to the point that they were meant to be withdrawn in May because they held a farewell rail tour, but of course that wasn't the end. They were granted extension after extension, and eventually they were set to definitely be withdrawn in June, but that didn't happen either. And then they said to be gone by August. Not happened either. But then finally, after 4 years of extensions, a date was set, and the last week would have been on the week commencing the 15th of September 2019. They were confirmed to be running between Monday and Friday. However, nothing was confirmed for Saturday. So we all held out hope, because all of us hoped that the 37s would run on the Saturday, because a lot of us, including me, couldn't get there on the other days. So we waited and waited for the gen to come through. And of course, as you can tell by this video, it came through. They had a bumper filled diagram with as many runs really as they could have fit, and everyone was in the spirit. It really was the last day. And the reason why it had to be this day, because it probably would have gone on longer if Greater Anglia had the choice. But the 37-4s were all needed for the RHTT duties, and therefore they had to go down to Stowmarket to get prepared for those, which started in just under 2 weeks' time from the filming of this video. Here we come over the junction. This is the line that goes to Sheringham, so we are nearly back at Norwich. It really has been a superb day. I would like to thank everyone who organised it and made it possible, all of the lovely people I met along the way, all the other fellow spotters, and of course thank you to Liam, my newest member of TeamTraction. He came along and did some filming with me for the day.
That or 170. Maybe not, then we'll pass around my other track.
So, as we round the corner, we're now back under the wires because yes, we have arrived. We are being routed into platform 6 of Norwich Station, and while yes, the final day did continue, I had to leave here because I was heading off to Cambridge to film for another video about the flirts, the class 755, and I got a ride on between Norwich and Cambridge. However, I will really miss these 37s. So, this is the last time I will ever see them pulling up into Norwich Station. But it's all change to make way for the 755s. And now, an emotional scene. This will be the last time that I film Class 37 departing from Norwich on a short set. Godspeed, you have served us well. Peace.